Dave,
There we go.
how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Where are you right now? It looks like you're on stage somewhere.
I'm in my garage. I've set it up to make it look nice. But if you saw the other way, there's some garbage bags full of clothes, shelves full of crap.
Yeah.
So you're just looking at the nice part of the garage that I made look good.
Well, what's going on? What have you been up to?
Well, probably about the same as everybody else. Not a whole heck of a lot. Saying a whole heck of a lot is a bit of a farce because today's been quite busy for me. I'm just trying to figure things out, kind of like everybody else is, right? And
Mhm.
I have two 7-year-old girls that right now I'm being Mr. Mom and kind of figuring out their schooling and all that kind of stuff. So today I've got a massive, huge respect for all the teachers. Thank you so much for taking care of my kids during the week and all the hassles that go into that. Holy crap, man! I don't know if I'm gonna have the patience to do it till the end of the year, but I'm gonna have to muster it up somehow.
Yeah, man, good luck with that. I think there's probably many parents in your boat right now.
I think so. I think so, and I think everybody will have a much bigger appreciation for our teachers when this is all over.
The project you're in, Bonzamara, I love the Twitter description. I'm actually going to bring it up right now. The collective resume shared by Brian Crouch, Sal Costa, Dave Benedict, and Daryl Ralph reads like a well-curated playlist of dark modern rock melody. That's perfect.
That's a nice description, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you guys are from all different ends of the industry. How long have you been jamming together?
For just a little bit, Sal and I, for just a little bit over a year. When we first started the project, we had Brian Burns singing, the second singer in I Mother Earth, and Brian decided to leave. Oh man, I guess probably about 4 months ago now,
Okay.
and we decided to call Brian Crouch from Hail the Villain. And that guy's been that Hail the Villain album's one of my all-time favorite rock records, man.
And was it a scenario where you just all knew each other already?
I knew Sal from touring. The last American tour that I did with Default was with My Darkest Days and Hinder and Saving Abel. So I spent quite a bit of time with Sal touring through the U.S. And Daryl, I've known him since I was like probably 19 years old.
Wow.
We were roommates back when I first moved to Kelowna, and then Brian, I never met him until he came out to sing the vocals for "Kill the Love." It hasn't been that long.
No, not at all.
Not a lot of songs right now, but we're constantly working on them. We decided to go and do a bunch of shows when we only had 3 songs recorded, so it's
Hmm.
pretty stupid and pretty bold, but we made it happen, and we wrote a bunch of other tunes, and we've constantly been writing since.
So today is April 15th, and when I was going through your Instagram, the Bonds of Mar Instagram, it seems very hard for me to believe that on March 13th, you guys were not only playing a show, but you were selling or giving away a signed roll of toilet paper.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was right at the very beginning of it all, right?
Yeah.
And it was. I wish I had taken that roll of toilet paper home with me, because by the time I got back, it was all gone. Like there's nothing in stores, right? But the funny thing is, when I first got home, I went out to Walmart and I went to a couple of places just so I could get some essentials, right? I had phoned my wife and told her, you better go pick up some toilet paper. Uh, we don't need to hoard. Just make sure that we're not going to be using newspaper in the next week, right?
Yeah.
Because we have 4 people in this house, so it goes, and 3 girls, so it goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
So when I got home, there was nothing. I scoured everywhere and I couldn't find anything except for at Walmart, and it was flushable wipes. And I'm like, this is brilliant. Like this is exactly, we ask for these when we're on the road, right?
Yeah.
It's like cigarettes in prison, man. And it's the best. It's the best to have too. I'm like, oh, everybody's a sucker, man. I'm like, these are the best things. All I need is one wipe. Job's done.
Yeah, no, I agree. I discovered those for myself a few years ago. It's a revelation.
It is.
Although I was reading yesterday that since the 70s, legally, I think according to bylaws in Italy, every bathroom has to have a bidet installed,
Really.
which I think like we should start doing that here.
Man, I completely agree. It was weird. I used one for the first time when I was over in South Korea, and
Okay.
I had one in my hotel room, and I'm like, all right, this is the time to try this thing out. And it's weird, man. It's really weird the first time you try it. You don't know how it's gonna work, right? If it's you're gonna completely soak your nuts, and you've got to get the dryer out and you know do some business there, or it's going to come out the bowl. You just don't know what you're going to stand up, and you're going to drip down your legs and into your underwear. You don't know what you're up against, right? But after you use it, you're like, yeah, why haven't we been using this all along, right? Like it makes no sense. Toilet paper, all it does is just smear it around, right? It's all it's doing.
What was summer 2020 supposed to look like for the band?
Well, I had a few festival shows with Default.
Right.
I believe those will more than likely be canceled.
Hmm.
And then for Bonds of Mara, we were gonna hopefully get together. Writing was gonna be the big thing,
Hmm.
right? We needed to write this record and finish up a bunch of loose ends and stuff like that. So, and hopefully some festival shows. We did have a couple that were in line, and they've been canceled obviously as well. So trying to figure out now how to keep busy and to keep productive, right? And just keep morale up, and not let everything just kind of fall apart and fall away, right?
It's amazing to me to see how the timing has affected creatives and artists and everyone really in different ways. It's a wild time.
It is. It is. I had a couple friends that their tours got canceled. Um, our last show got canceled as well. Um, and yeah, it's crazy how much, like, it affects more than just the musicians too, though, right? It affects all the crew guys, everybody that works with us,
Hmm.
uh, right down to all of the like stage hands that work the big venues and all that kind of stuff, and the rental companies, tour bus companies. Holy crap, man! The list just keeps going on, right? Like it's a massive snowball effect that affects us all. And the crappy thing is that the more that we're isolated, the more that we feel that we need to be entertained, right?
Speaking of entertaining from isolation, you just started what you're calling Track Tuesdays. Is that on the Bonzamara Instagram, or is it your personal?
No, that's on the Bonzamara Instagram. Yeah. So Daryl and I are doing that every Tuesday, and it's just something that we want to do just to talk music, right? Like it's probably my favorite pastime to do. So it's easy. It's easy for us to do, and it's just kind of like talking about the tracks and the albums that influenced us, and that maybe give a little bit more of an insight into what makes us tick, and we want to talk to other people too about how that album that we're talking about has influenced them or changed their life or has brought them through hard times, or even just introducing people to brand new music that maybe they've never listened to before, right?
We're all shopping at a similar pace. We're all stocking up on groceries far less than maybe what we're used to. And I've been asking bands what they didn't get the last grocery shop. Was there something that you forgot about? Because I want to build a list for our listeners of essential items that are not to be left out?
I don't know. I kind of kind of miss my caffeine.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the one big one. I don't really need a whole lot of things, but yeah, keeping up with these 2 7-year-olds, man, that's
I was thinking about it the other day, though, how weird it is that I haven't bought a coffee in over a month. Like, I've
yeah.
been making them at home, but I'm not going to Starbucks to buy a single coffee.
Yeah, they must be taking a hit, but everybody else, man, they're probably seeing their bank account at least swell a little bit from not buying $12 coffees. I've been on a bit of a health kick lately, but I miss my like fast food every once in a while,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I really could go for a greasy hamburger right now.
Is there anything you want to say to your fans, to our listeners, about the days, the months to come?
You know, I guess the same thing probably as everybody else, right? We're all in this together. I guess the biggest thing that I've been trying to do to keep myself sane and to keep a healthy mind and body is, you know, concentrate on the good. Concentrate, look for the silver linings, right? There's silver linings everywhere that we look. You just have to want to look for them, and you need to look. You need to know where to look for them too, right? So with everything that's bad, there's always something good as well, right? So those are the things that just that keep me going. I'm stranded at home. So is everybody else, but I'm getting all this time with my girls, right? I'm getting all this time with my kids that I get to. I'm making up in spades from the time that I was gone on tour, even from the times that they're at school and or they're in daycare and I'm working and doing stuff like that. So the bond that I'm getting with them it's something that I could never I can't get or I don't get on a regular basis. So the silver linings. It's too easy to go down the rabbit hole, right? Start reading all the things online, and it's good to be safe, but it's also not good and not healthy to just stress and especially stress over the things that we can't control.